Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Lucid, and I am joined by Grippa,
Yes, you are.
by Robzia,
Hello.
and by Zan. But I think he's. We'll pretend he's running to the restroom. He'll be right back. Okay, so last episode we had some fighting between uh, Abyssia and Lemuria, and I believe there was Miklin was not long for the world, is I think the short summary. I think he had asked his neighbors to eat him, and he doesn't really have any way of defending himself. And so Ulm and some other people are eating him. So I think that's basically the news.
Yeah.
Nice.
Caelum continues to fight many people as well.
Right. Yeah, Caelum, oh, of course. Yeah, that's the other big thing, was Caelum's getting like 4v1'd. Defense against Lemuria, this is from Abyssia, appears to be going well. Killed 120 ghosts and a consul this turn, so I'm going on the offense. Gerald Ford, on the other hand, Gerald Ford is on hand if things get hairy. I'm a little worried about getting bogged down sieging forts, but my other borders look fairly safe for the time being. Conjuration 5 will be done soon. Not sure when I should start setting up blood hunting, as I've never played a Blood Nation before.
The answer to that question is always about 5 turns before when you ask.
Maybe. I mean, going into blood too soon, it really slows your research down, right? Because you're going to have, not only are you like not researching other stuff, but you're researching blood, and you're going to have your mages out getting blood slaves. So,
You should unmute yourself, Sam.
yeah. Oh, is Zan back? Okay,
He's
so
joined-
Hi, folks. I heard my amazing introduction.
that's right. Okay, so we have Jomen going on the move. They're taking some of Miklin's stuff. They've let's see how they did their formation here. I'm sure you'll have some comments on it. We got Shark Warriors in the front, Mermen on a flank, Ashigaru in the middle.
Yeah, I guess it's good enough for however much PD this is.
Oh yeah. I guess it is worth noting that you can fit another human-sized unit in with these shark dudes, which will be more important later as you can buff them.
It's normal attack density, it's 3.
Right.
So,
Do they have 2 attacks? Yeah.
pretty decent ones, too. The
Yeah,
bite is
that-
also 19 damage.
But Yara looks great.
Right. And the bite will benefit from a strength buff as well. So, I mean, that'll be a 24 damage bite. Okay. So he attacks there, takes this. Miklin is has their cap put under siege.
By a
And
big stack of Black Templars.
yeah. And I mean, oh, go ahead.
Do not out, so it looks like they just accepted that one.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much. Their army was, the small army that they had left was pretty far displaced. It wasn't in any position where it could help defend the capital.
Yeah, that did not look like a good fight for them.
Yeah. And, I mean, these guys are pretty gnarly when they've got Blood Surge going with the Unholy Weapons and the Withering Weapons and the Solar Weapons. And Protection versus Oh, no, yeah, okay. For some reason, I was thinking they had...
Yeah, I've seen Stygian, but not this time.
Okay. It's worth pointing out, Ulm had a rough go of it, right? It wasn't very big. But if you win your first war, you'll be okay. Now, he's still probably, because he hasn't taken a lot of this Ulmish land yet. I mean, Miklin's land yet. There's still a lot of it left to take. So he's still one of the smaller players, right? But, I mean, he's going to have a windfall of presumably all of this stuff. And at which point he'll be in a good position, having 2 caps. So,
Yep, and meanwhile, Miklin drags what appears to be a decent-sized stack of mercenaries.
right, let's take a look at
Away from
this.
the captains they can physically get.
Yeah, I mean, this looks scary because it's a lot of dudes, but honestly, this is a garbage army.
Yes. I don't think that's a danger to Ulm's capital.
I mean,
Imagine
if Ulm didn't defend it at all, it might be able to take it, but
Yeah, he's got stuff there he can patrol with.
But
So
yeah,
he's-
like 6 heavy cav combined with PD would take this. So,
appears he's got considerably more than that there.
Yeah.
So he should be.
Then he's doing a little raiding here with some, these are mercs most likely. Are they? Well, maybe they're not. I'm not sure. We'll have to check.
Could be event, or he might have actually just made some militia.
Yeah, could be. I mean, honestly, they'll be useful as siege chaff for taking Miklin's capital out, so.
You know, Agartha snuck in and grabbed a province as well.
Yeah. So Agartha probably leading the game in army score graphs. Yeah,
Jomen.
almost. Jomen.
Jomen.
Yeah, so he's starting to move out, but he's still got a ton of stuff in his capital. Where's the Earth Snake, I wonder?
That was hanging out by Miklin.
Oh, he's got Ryujin over here. Oh yeah, he's still just chilling in this fort.
Still just that fort.
I guess you would probably want to use him to take thrones. Like maybe he could take this throne.
Some of the thrones you can take with just the Earth Snake.
Yeah.
Actually, if you give him like a bracer and somebody to walk with him and give him regen and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, Agartha's moving in here. I think that's basically this column.
Yeah.
Okay. We looked a little bit at Ulm. Let's take a look at Abyssia and Lemuria. Kind of a lot of ghosts here.
Yep.
These guys do not have fire gems. So these are mages without fire gems.
Yeah, but they got fireflies. They'll be fine.
Does he have... He might have falling fires or... Oh, he's doing banishment. Banishment usually not great against ghosts. They have pretty good MR.
I think priests are worse at banishing when they're in melee range of the ghosts that they're banishing as well.
Why is that?
Because they're fighting in melee instead of banishing.
Oh, yeah.
Although, in this case, the tiny squad of infantry appears to be doing an admirable job of stopping that from happening.
Right. Unfortunately, some of these guys are paralyzed, so when their morale fails, they will continue to stand there. I believe we have a rout. Oh, God.
Did they lose their commander or something?
No, he's still alive. It's a consul.
Okay.
Where is he? He's probably all the way back here. Yeah. I'm not sure if they can kill the consul, though. I mean, he's got undead regen and
you wouldn't
MR. He's spamming apostasy.
They're spamming Holy Word, which is the anti-sacred spell.
This is my favorite type of battle. Holy versus holy. Bring it on.
Doesn't Holy Word just stun you?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not going to work.
I think Lemuria wins this, yeah. The power of consuls.
Lemuria are routed. The army of
Oh,
Lemuria
no.
is routed.
Oh, is he going to steal him too? That would be a real dick punch. If he's like, not only am I going to win this, but I'm going to take your mages. I mean,
Point blank casting range, casting MR negate spells at each other, doing nothing.
getting one of these dudes would actually be amazing as Lemuria. You know, it's just great path access for them.
Yeah. Maybe they'll do something.
What turn is
Well,
it?
it says Lemuria is
50.
routed. So is he? If he's a berserk, I assume.
Because he's immortal.
No, so it's actually
right,
interesting.
He doesn't give a
Yeah,
shit.
he doesn't
I
give a
always
shit.
Forget about that.
No, but what's interesting is because Lemuria has routed, it means it's going to be impossible for Abyssia to rout. And that's going to make this turn, like this, go to the end of the game, like turn timer, basically. Or,
Oh my god, everyone dies. I'm going to laugh so hard.
So he's going to get a chance to, he's on advancing cast, so he's going to just sit here and cast Apostasy until the end of the game, or to the end of the round. He got
That
one.
matters.
There goes.
Oh boy.
always a pleasure.
You know, that guy turned
What the
around
fuck?
like he was about to start casting something, and his buddies just pulled out their daggers.
It's a
Nothing
bit like the
personal,
like a zombie
good.
apocalypse. Like your buddy gets bit, and they're like, "Put him down."
They're gonna run in a few rounds.
The
Oh right, because
instant
they're 90. These are the attackers, right? So the attackers are gonna run. I mean, that's honestly good for them, in a way. Like
Away they go. Yep.
That just goes to show how not broken Apostasy is. This guy has a penetration bless, right? And,
Against sacreds, because usually mages have a little bit more MR. But
right. Like
still.
14 MR, he's sitting there and went to like turn 90, and he stole one of them.
Mhm.
You know?
Would have done better if he had just run up and started slapping him with his short sword.
What I do
Oh, yeah.
wonder is I wonder if, you know how like you get a bonus, like a resistance bonus based on the paths that you have? So like an Astro Mage is going to be good at resisting Astral
That's
spells.
holy too.
I wonder
That
I wonder if he gets a bonus with Holy 2. We could maybe even tell.
I think he does, to be honest.
Casts Apostasy, penetration roll.
Plus 20 versus MR 20 plus 13. No, that's
Oh, that's pulled from the grave. We're not getting to see the Apostasy rolls, are we?
check
Oh
on
no,
this.
this one was. This one was.
It's
14
MR.
plus 3.
I don't think he
14
got
was
it.
Amara, he didn't get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was interesting. So Lemuria wins, kills one of these guys, bounces off these dudes. But they lost 60 ghosts. Well, 40 of them were garbage, but I don't know. That's not really a horrible trade for Abyssia.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, does either of them really win? Like,
If Abyssia lost all those mages, like if the console was just on attack, it would have been pretty devastating.
oh yeah.
So Scasius is here.
Doesn't he have like 2 HP? If he gets hit by like a single banish and loses, he just dies.
Yeah,
These guys do not have magic weapons, right?
right.
The little guardians of the fire there.
No.
Okay.
Yes, the
Oh,
totally
he's been hit. Yeah, I mean, his defense is harassed down. He should just pop now.
He's got the life drain.
Yeah, but I
There
mean,
you
it's
go.
one hit. He has really high defense, so that's really what he was banking on. Oh, crossbow's getting burninated by the heat aura. Nice. Oh, only lost one crossbow.
You know, the other ones were just lightly crisp. They
Right.
didn't die.
Not cheap for Abyssia though.
Yeah, I mean, he's adjacent to the Lemuria capital. If he takes that, all the immortals are out of luck.
Well, yes, to storm it too.
Yeah, and that might take a while.
All right, the Flying Shard Colossus.
Yeah, should tell us the state of the research for Abyssia there.
Right. I mean, this actually might be a problem. He might fatigue this guy out. Oh no.
Apparently not.
Yeah,
He's
he did.
Earth 5 with Reinvig. He doesn't care.
Oh.
Yeah, take my own little ghost.
And then he hits his own with flying shards. Okay.
Flying
Alright.
shards in the face, basically.
There you go.
Wait, do you get experience from killing your own guys?
Well, he doesn't get experience because he's mindless. So
Well, I was gonna say you could set up a nice little farming thing by
yeah.
having some guy just scripted to cast some AOE thing and kill your own like skeletons. No, because skeletons don't give XP.
Skeletons, yeah.
Okay.
I'll find a way.
On the rest of the Lemuria front, he's got 4 forts now.
They all have labs and temples.
Right. I mean, this is not honestly like, you know, this is about as rough of a start. I mean, it's not as rough of a start as you can have as Lemuria because obviously you could be getting coalitioned. But
Yeah, instead of it being a one-on-one.
right. But
Other
aside
people
from
could be
that,
coming.
it's a pretty freaking bad start. However, this is still a fully playable Lemuria position. Like I would sub into this game and play and try to win. You know, I mean, not like the game's going to be easy, but like this is a playable position. So.
Yeah, and he at least didn't stop at Palisades. He's got full castles. So
There you go.
Right, so it's going to be hard for Abyssia to knock these forts down. The army's going to starve. Then you start getting like the morale plays working. So
we're only room for 70 supply there, so they might be starving already, in fact. This turn.
yeah, they probably are actually, yeah. And Abyssia doesn't do very well with like nature mages, so they can forge gear that is going to prevent them from starving.
I don't like cold 3 for supplies either.
That's true as well. Yeah, they're definitely... I wonder if we can see it here. Were they starving in combat?
I think it would show up this coming up turn.
Yeah, I didn't know if they had, like, if they were coming from a province without much, like, population. I guess not. Yeah, okay, there's plenty of supplies in both those. Okay. The desperate defense of caelum. Drakon moving out over this way.
Yeah.
Summon Earth Power.
There's not enough here to stop them.
So he did summon Earth Power and Fire. Okay. He's got a Bracer.
Out of his dominion, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it could matter, right? But it didn't. Patala attacking, getting some more land. And here, caelum looks like he patrolled out a bunch of scouts.
Including from Bogarus and Jomen, who are not really that close to him.
Right.
They've traveled far.
So he's got one of these guys, and he's got a bunch of... I think that is the PD.
Yeah, that would make sense. And I mean, it's just scouts, so they'll instantly rat that or kill it.
Yeah. No, okay, crosswomen here. Okay.
PD, but that's fine.
Satis with a large amount of pikeneers and tomb chariots is right next to caelum's capital. So Satis has an interesting decision. They could go on top of this fort, which it would be pretty hard, I think, for caelum to defend. I mean, like, he might, because he has flying dudes, right? So he could probably bring everybody here, but caelum probably wants to defend their capital. You know, they're gonna have like a strong inclination to defend one of these forts more than this one. So if that's the case, then this becomes like a free fort for Satis. It's kind of the easy move.
And it's a cave, which means the tomb chariots should be slightly better than they would
Right.
otherwise be.
Yep. Makes sense.
On the other
Might even
hand,
be good.
this is a lot of Satis troops, so they have a shot at being the one to take caelum's capital. So they may choose to do that. And because, I mean, if this is 40 tomb chariots, those kill birds pretty quickly. So,
Well, you should be able to tell roughly how many there are if you look at the mercs, because there's fewer tomb chariots than there are pikeneers.
brave men, yeah, I don't know.
Is there a way to check how many are in there? I guess not. You can't bid on them. Oh well.
But
Yeah, if I were Satis, my only concern would be if you try and take something this turn, it's possible caelum can be there and, you know, defeat your army piecemeal. So if anything, I would think they would combine this turn, but if they don't, it's room for caelum.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, that's another good point. You know, they could combine into a true doom stack this turn and then hit it next turn. So yeah, there's a lot of options they have. For caelum, I know because I had to like log in and do one of the turns to set up the new password for the sub. They have no research, right? So, you know, normally when you're making a desperate defense, you want to be able to do elementals or kind of buffs or whatever, like use your mages. They don't really have much they can do. So, on one hand, if he takes a turn to wait and caelum gets a few turns to research and get some critical research done, it could make a big difference in whether they're able to actually take some of these big fights. Okay.
And then on the other hand, Phlegra didn't move up the army that they had just taken the Palisades with.
Right. And that army is going to have to go this way and then up. So it's going to be a moment.
Wrong? I guess there probably isn't.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they've pegged
You're
this
right.
to go to Satis.
So, yeah, they do have to go.
Yeah,
up.
I'm kind of expecting Phlegra to fall back and leave the rest to Satis or something, and then like shit's gonna go sideways.
Yeah.
Well, if you are Phlegra, you should be looking with shifty eyes at Arco at the moment.
Oh,
Because
right.
big old stack just appeared.
Well, we were thinking that Patala might get backstabbed because there's a lot of Bogaroo stuff and there's a lot of Arco stuff. We thought this was going to the throne, though.
Yeah, it might have combined with another squad. It looks like because they moved backwards.
Did Arco just build a lab there? Like, was that just built, or was that at an event?
Let's find out. It's built.
It's just built.
Interesting.
A fort is under construction. Interesting.
Not that like you have a farm just north of that though.
Yeah.
With twice the population. Why there? Is there something special there? Like, was there like some kind of unit there that they could recruit?
Oh, I mean, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe. I don't recall. It's just a weird spot when you're right there, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't really want to build it on like nature mages or anything too, because you can get those out of your cap.
I mean, it's a fair choke point.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
But,
I mean,
it kind of controls access to the throne.
But we were really thinking people were going to go on Patala, and it just doesn't look like that's happening. I think that's the real news in this whole column.
they're going to get away with it again.
Yeah, the monkeys
They
with the great
keep
play.
getting away with it.
I mean, they have a decent amount of troops. Like, they've got some over here. They've got these guys here. They could make a defense. But, okay. Well, I think that's it for this this turn. I don't want to drag it out longer than we need to. So I think we'll have a quick episode and go ahead and go to the next one.
Ooh.
Zan, closing thoughts?
None for this turn.
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you all for joining, and thank you, Rob, Grippa, and Zan for co-casting this with me, and we'll see you next time.
You're welcome for basically doing nothing.
Yep.
Take care.